dreams messages. This is a collective read for yourselves. Now, as this is collective, not everything will resonate, so please only take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If you don't find any messages in this for yourself, then please check your other placements where you're likely to find a message in there. Now, this is going to be about love, work, what kind of obstacles you've got coming up, what strengths you've got to overcome those obstacles, and what lesson it is that you're likely to be learning from this particular period of your life. So let's get into this. Spirit, can we get some cards for Leo, please? Right, so interestingly, so in love, then we have an Empress. So this could be you. This could be somebody that you are with at the moment. It suggests to me that there's a lot of nurturing here. There's a lot of care. Um, there is potentially some giving as well. Yeah, it's very much a very loving kind of energy. The Empress is very much the mother of the deck. Now, it could be that you've got a child with somebody. It could just be that you see this person as being very much, or well, it could be you embodying this. Maybe you're pregnant with someone. I say you might be masculine as well, and somebody could be having your baby. Could be any number of things, but it's definitely a lot of nurturing, caring energy here with that Empress card. We do have an Eight of Wands as well, so there's very fast movement and a lot of passion here. Um, a lot of communication going backwards and forwards. We have a world, so you're at an end to a chapter in your life too. Some sort of cycle has come to an end. So maybe this is something that you're getting into that's very new. Um, it could be that you're about to go into a new phase of life with this person. Potentially, we do have an Eight of Swords in the reverse, though. So there is something hidden here, possibly a bit of a lie that's being told. Um, some sort of proof being kept possibly from yourself, or you might be keeping something from your person. So there's something being hidden. It could be that you need to put somebody out and you haven't put them out yet. I'll get one more for that. An Ace of Wands. So it's definitely new. There's definitely something new here, something new and passionate. It could very well be maybe you're putting somebody out so you can have a passionate new start, or you could be putting untruths out, maybe. It could just, as horrible as this sounds, it could be that somebody is lying to you in order to have a new start, or you could be doing vice versa. But there's definitely a new start here. There's definitely a lot of energy, a lot of passion, a lot of love, a lot of creativity, a lot of nurturing going on. There's a lot of caring in this. I say a lot of love. There's no cups, but the Empress herself is very loving and nurturing, and that's where I'm getting a lot of love from. Now, where we have a King of Pentacles, so this is very much you being the boss. This is you doing really well. You're successful at work. You were feeling very stable as well with your job. Apparently, you have become very stable um, with savings and finance. To me, it's more about your work life, though. It does suggest that you are very skilled at your job. Actually, you could actually be doing multiple jobs. We do have a Two of Pentacles. So you could very well be juggling certain things. You could be multitasking like the absolute boss that you are. Definitely very skilled. You might have multiple jobs on the go, um, and being really successful at it. We've got the Hierophant. So this is something that you are really, really good at. You have got a lot of faith in the job that you're in and that you've got a lot of skills in it. You it's very, you're very committed with it. It's like it's stable. You've kind of put in a lot of effort. You've got a lot of commitment in with this job. You see it going further. You don't see it being something that's just going to be wishy-washy and you've given up. It's something that you're doing a lot with. Now, we do have a King of Pentacles in the reverse here, and we have a Tower. So it could very well be that in the past you may have felt like you've been a little bit unskilled. Maybe you've lost out on something. Now, it could be that you are going to be losing out on something in the near future that's going to cause you a bit of a Tower moment. Um, Now, whether that is missing out on a promotion or whether you feel like you deserve a pay rise, I'm not sure. But the Tower here, something about it is fundamentally going to change, whether that is you changing job, whether that is your belief system or your beliefs in the work. So where you're up here, you've got a lot of faith in it. This could be you changing that faith around a little bit and not being so heavily reliant on it getting you through, or maybe you decide that, where you've had a lot of faith and you've put a lot of effort in, it's not quite making you as happy as you thought it was, and it's not as stable as you thought it was. It could be anything along those lines. Now, in the obstacles that we've got up, we've got a Seven of Pentacles. So it's suggesting to me that your obstacle is potentially planting, not so much planting, but waiting for things to come along. So maybe you've put a lot of effort into something at work potentially or within a relationship and you're waiting for it to come to fruition. This is very much suggesting that that wait could be a bit of a challenge. Maybe that's what this power moment is because things aren't going as fast as you want. We've got another Seven of Pentacles to clarify it. So it's definitely having patience to wait could be a bit of an issue. We've got a Queen of Pentacles, so possibly lacking a few skills here as well. Now, there could be a little bit of an unhappy home life or somebody not being very happy here. Something where the Queen of Pentacles, when she's in the upright, she's very much about having that perfect home, very nurturing, very giving. This just suggests that possibly that is going to be a bit of an obstacle. Maybe you haven't got a particularly happy home life. Maybe there's somebody that's not as giving as you would like them to be. We have Richmond here as well, so maybe there's some sort of reconciliation, possibly. I mean, that could be what's going on here. Judgment is you making a final decision on something there. Now, is an obstacle. So it could very well be that you've been putting things down, you're waiting for things to come to fruition, whatever it is that you feel you've been working hard toward, it's not really materializing, and you need to make a decision. So it could just be that this decision that you need to make with regards to do you wait longer or do you walk away, it's a bit of a challenge for you of whether or not you stick with it or whether you go. So it's like you're sitting on the fence and you haven't yet made that decision. Whatever it is, this decision is going to be a final decision, and once you've made it, you're not turning your back, kind of thing. Now, in your strengths, we have a Knight of Swords. So this is telling me that you're very quick to action. You are very good at communicating at the moment. So being quick to action and communicating. Now, the Knight of Swords can be a little bit aggressive sometimes as well. So possibly you could, maybe having that bit of aggression could be going in your favor too. So interestingly, part of this strength that you've got is got a Nine of Wands. So having your guard up high, not giving. We've got a Queen of Cups. So stopping giving, and then we've got a Wheel of Fortune. So, and that's in the reverse. So this suggests to me that you're learning something to do with boundaries, or your strength is about your boundaries that you've got. You haven't finished a cycle about them at the moment. It does suggest to me that part of your strength is that you are still learning. You haven't quite finished whatever this lesson is at this point of time, but it is something to do with giving, over giving. I mean, this could even be somebody else that's given to you a lot and then they've just kind of stopped. And it could be that you are very much learning a lesson about that. It could be that you've learned something where you feel, I'm going to say this is going to sound really weird to some of you, but it could be that something that you feel is a little bit unlucky is actually more lucky than you think it is. So where you feel like something's unlucky, you're having to work a lot harder for something, you're having to keep your guard up, you're trying to keep your emotions out of it. This is telling me that literally that's a strength. So what you feel is unlucky, it's actually working in your favour. Now this as well can just be a very much part of being stuck not so much stuck in a particular situation, but a lack of movement. You're not moving forward at the minute because you need to keep your boundaries up. It can very much suggest to me that you are in a period of divine timing. So things will come to you when it's ready to. And I feel like it's telling me that you might not be getting the love that you're expecting come back. It's not ready to just yet. But you know, even though your strength is that you are very good and you're quick to action, patience is key. And it's all within divine timing. So you might have your back up. Somebody might be causing you to keep your boundaries high, keeping your emotions out of things, but it is within divine timing. So keeping the lines of communication open is what is going to be something that helps you get through this challenge. Making sure that you are acting on things that you need to is also going to help you move forward. So making that decision, you've got a lot of communication skills here. If you're not able to make that decision just yet, communicate about it to help you make those decisions. Yes, you may be stuck in a bit of a cycle because you haven't finished learning something, but it is something that you will learn. And it's just that, you know, having that patience it is with the universe at the moment. Now, what you're going to be learning, we have a King of Swords here. So it does suggest to me that part of this is learning truths, speaking the truth, learning how to communicate articulately, making sure that you are guarded where you need to be. We've got a star here as well. So very much getting what you want is going to be communication is something that's going to help you get what you want. Rushing in isn't always the best way forward, but potentially offering that cup of love and not really arguing, making sure that you're truthful. Yeah, to me, this is very much looking like communicating apologies, not rushing in with some sort of aggression and lies, but making sure that you're being honest with your feelings. The King of Swords, he can be a bit closed off. He can very much keep his emotions to himself and doesn't really articulate them very well. He does articulate them, but he's closed off emotionally. Sometimes he's a bit stoic. Here we've got a Knight of Cups. So it's telling me this is more about communicating. So communicating your feelings, not rushing and acting aggressive, not misinterpreting something, making sure you understand the situation fully before jumping to conclusions. You can get exactly what it is that you want, You know, your wishes can come through. You can have some healing and some balance in your life, but you can't forget it. You've got to make sure that you're expressing yourself clearly, that your emotions are being clearly expressed, and that you are moving towards somebody or towards whatever it is that you actually enjoy. So thus the cups is very much about bringing emotional fulfillment. You offering emotional fulfillment to someone, someone possibly offering you emotional fulfillment. You know, this is very much somebody that could be coming along with an offer of love, but at the same time, it could very much be you offering that cup of love out to somebody. But it does very much suggest that part of this learning of what you're going to be learning is speak the truth and speak about your heart. You know, you can have what you want if you speak your heart. All right, let's do some oracle cards. Interesting. We've got the power of silence, which can be the king, but it doesn't suggest that it's all silence. We've got emotions are energy in motion. And yes, they are. Yes, they are. That Knight of Cups is all about energy in motion. It is emotions. Vulnerability is power. And then become your own priority. One more. Angel of Abundance. Oh. So we've got clearing debts, which is probably really, really good for that King of Pentacles. So your self-care involves removing the heavy burden of financial and emotional debts from your life. You already feel lighter and freer by just facing this topic and making a plan to clear present obligations and avoid future ones as well. So if you've got any emotional or financial debts, make sure that you are clearing them so that you have clear conscience. It's good self-care for the future you. Right, I hope you enjoyed your reading today, Leo. If you did, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. It will help pass the message on to anyone else that needs to hear it. If you want to hear more from me, don't forget to subscribe. And if you press that notification bell, it will let you know whenever I do post new content. Good luck, and thank you very much for joining me.